Ernest, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. So how are you doing?
Fine, thank God.
All right. So it's exciting coming on stream this morning. I can see Goswill Odwak. Goswill, can you please connect your audio? I don't seem to see any audio device. I can see your video, Goswill, but I'm not sure you are connected to your audio. Please, can you connect to your audio? Okay, so every week we try to do this, and the reason why we are doing this is because we like to provide ongoing support for particularly our Livewire beneficiaries. But beyond our Livewire beneficiaries, we also believe that the general public can benefit from what we're doing. And so more like running a service where people can be able to leverage on the conversations here to grow their small business. So feel free, Odwak, please, if you can hear me, please feel free to indicate. Okay, so I can see that Kingsley Peter is also joining. I can see that Kingsley Peter is joining. Kingsley, you're welcome. It is good to have you on the call this morning. Yeah, and
yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning,
yeah,
sir.
good morning, Kingsley. You're welcome. Great having you on the call.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so how has it been? How between last week and today? What's been going on in your business? Talk to us. Hello, Kingsley, are you still there? Okay, yeah, Goswill Odwak Jacobson. I can see your video, but you need to connect your audio. So why don't you tap your screen and tap your audio device so that you can join audio. So Goswill, why don't you tap your screen and tap to enter your audio and join audio. You've not joined audio, so I'm not sure we can communicate. You've not joined audio. We can see your video, Goswill, but you've not joined audio. So I doubt if you can even hear what I'm saying. Yeah. So I doubt if you can hear what I'm saying, Goswill. Okay. So the question we're looking at today is, with the rate of changes in the business environment, the rapid changes we are seeing in the business environment, is it time for you to rethink your business model? Now, this is a very important question because in our climb and in the business environment that we have found ourselves, there are so much changes going on. So much changes going on. So basically, if you are not experiencing, if you are not if you are not constantly reinventing your business model, you run the risk of falling victim to the changes in the business environment. Now, sometime last week, someone asked this question on the call last week, and that was Joy. So Joy had this peculiar situation where she's constantly, she's presently trying to make a decision. She has this challenge that she cannot, her products seem to be a little out of reach for her target market. And she has to stay within that range because she presently has to also consider her competitors. So this is a very big challenge for Joy. And so she brought up that question. And today we would like to just extract that question a bit. Yeah, we'd like to extract a bit. So if you have just joined us, we are looking at changes in the business environment, and if it is time for you to rethink your business model, changes in the business environment, and if it is time for you to rethink your business model. Okay, so I can see Kingsley Peter has joined on YouTube. Gift Solomon has joined on YouTube. Okay, so Gift, last time you asked a question that has to do with, I think it was you and Joy that brought up this issue, but particularly you, Gift, you mentioned something about your products, the source of your products from, I think you mentioned about so, and you also mentioned about the challenges of pricing and the products running the risk of being beyond or above what your target market can really afford. So yeah, Gift. So I believe you brought up something along that line as well as Joy. So this morning, yeah, we'd like to just look at that a bit. And somehow it is not your fault that these changes are happening in the business environment. It's not your fault at the moment. It's not your fault, at all. It's not your fault that prices are going up. It's not your fault that due to lack of infrastructure, a lot of things are increasing in prices. It's also not your fault that due to very poor logistics infrastructure in our country, Nigeria, that a whole lot of things are also ordinarily more expensive than it should be. So for people who depend on products, inputs for their business that may be imported, what is going on in the ports is quite crazy. It's quite crazy, yeah. So if the inputs in your business rely on importation, if the inputs in your business rely on goods or products that need to travel long distances, if the input in your business is such that you have to get those inputs somewhere that is also not very close by, and you have to get it from maybe retailers, wholesalers, middlemen, and all of that. So basically, it means that you are the mercy of so many factors. They are not within your control. Yeah. So Gift Solomon, yeah, and then James Peters and Joy and any other person that may have this challenge or that may come across this video after now, or that may join after now and may have to look at the video. So what I say to you is maybe it is time to rethink your business model. That's what I will say to you. Maybe it is time for you to rethink your business model. So what we basically mean by that is how do you price your products? How do you price your products? Yeah. How do you price your products? What are the elements that make up your pricing system? And who are your target audience? Who is your target audience? And your target audience, what is their, what price bands, what price range are they comfortable with? Yeah, Friday, Makare is on the call. Yeah, you're welcome, Friday. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, yeah. Okay, Gus will have joined on YouTube. Yeah, I can see your comments on YouTube. That's fine. You say you couldn't hear us on Zoom. That's fine, yeah, because I was saying that you were not, that your audio device was not on. Okay, so yes, so talking about your business model. So who is your target market? Who are your potential clients, or who are your current clients, or who are your current customers? So who is your target audience? Now, having identified your target audience and the problem you're solving currently through your business. So the question is, what are the elements that make up your costing system, your price, that eventually give rise to your price? Are there other ways you can approach those elements that make up your costing system in a bid to be able to probably cut down on your price, or in a bid to be able to, or are you considering, because of your higher costs, because of the higher prices you are operating on, the higher costs you're operating on, are you considering probably upscaling, probably looking at the higher category of customers, in that market? Of course, there are always different categories of customers in the same market. So points we are looking at is, if we use an example, like one of you last week on the call also, I think that must be, was it Joy as well that mentioned something along that line. Now, so she does not deal on products, she deals on services. Yeah, she deals on services. So if you look at what is going on in the newspaper business, in the media business, in the communication business, for example, before now, you must buy the newspapers to be able to get the news. Before now, you must buy the newspapers to be able to get the adverts in those newspapers. But these days, because of the trend in the online area, in the online section and sectors of business, you discover that a lot of those communication channels, media channels, now also have online platforms. And what that means is that people can even get the news free on those online platforms. People can get the news free. Yeah. So now you need to ask yourself, how are they going to make money? That is the big question. So that means they need to rethink their business model. So that's actually what we are talking about this morning. They need to rethink their business model. They need to look at other ways of being able to make inflows in their business, being able to make money in their business, being able to attract profit in their business. or otherwise they run the risk of not actually making it. They run the risk of, in fact, even folding up. They run the risk of actually going out of business. Yeah, so that is what we're talking about. That is what we mean in terms of rethinking your business model. Some of them, I'm sure you may have seen platforms, maybe they have a news item, you click on the news item, they will give you a little bit of that news item, and then they ask you to now subscribe with a little token to be able to read the rest of that news. Yeah, so I'm sure you may have seen that. So that is a business model. That is one way they are using to make profits, considering that these days people now get the news free. People now get such information free. So in your small business, how are you currently getting your revenue? And in the challenging times we're in, challenges of logistics, challenges of transportation, challenges of power. I was in Aba last week, and the whole city is in blackout, no power in the whole city. Everybody is running generator, and then so there is this issue between the company that supplied the city power and all. I mean, a lot of stories, but the bottom line is that there is no power. So assuming you are affected by something like that in your location, for example, that means it's going to increase on your cost, depending on the kind of business you run into. So if you suddenly have that kind of spike in costs coming from that line item in your cost profile, question is, what are you going to do? And how are you going to address that issue? What are you going to do? How will you address that issue? So that's what we are talking about, your business model, rethinking your business model, looking at your business model again, and looking at how you are offering services to be able to make your profit. For example, the kind of business we do, here we are on this platform, and we are discussing with you, and nobody is being charged for this. Yes, so you'll be wondering, so if we keep doing this all year round, question is, how are we going to make money? How are we going to make profit? How are we going to be able to generate revenue? Yeah, so remember that this is not the only platform we use. We also have live workshops, and some of those live workshops are paid for. And so what we provide online here is more like an ongoing coaching program to be able to reinforce the lessons we discussed during the live session, during the live workshops. So that's what we're doing here. So for us, we use the live workshops to be able to capture our revenue, to be able to capture our profits, and then use this online platform to be able to deepen what we have done during the live workshops, and to be able to support you, the small business person. Because by supporting you, we believe we are giving value. And when we give value, we can also be sure that when we introduce other things that may have to, that people will have to pay for, we can be sure that people will pay for that. For example, our live workshops, yeah, we are also going to, very shortly, we are working on packaging them to be able to deliver them fully online, even without the need of having a face-to-face workshop, fully online. So we are working on that package. So that's also another way we are considering of rethinking our business model to be able to capture more value. So question is, how are you rethinking your business model? And how is the business environment affecting you? How is the business environment affecting you? And how are you rethinking your business model? My name is Charles Nwahiwe. I hope the conversation this morning is getting you thinking, is getting your thought process fired up, so that you can be able to look at your business closely. Yes, on the YouTube platform. Yes, on the YouTube platform. Okay, God's Will is talking about hearing the audio on the Zoom platform. Yes, God's will. You have not activated your own audio, so you can't hear me. Please just talk to anybody that is close to you, probably that understands Zoom very well. I'm sure that the person can be able to help you out. Because if you've not joined audio, because I can see your video, but you've not joined audio. So if you have not joined audio, it's difficult for you to be able to hear, or even for the other party to hear you. Okay, so that's that. So Gift Solomon, back to the question you asked on the platform last week. Back to the question you asked, Gift Solomon, we have said that you can now rethink your business model, that you can look at how you capture value. You can look at how you capture value from your customers. You can look at how you arrive at your pricing. What are the elements that make up your pricing? What are the things that contribute to your costing? Are there ways you can play around with that? And are there ways you can be able to play around with your pricing in a way that you can you increase your price? If you can't, for example, are there different customer segments you can target? Because when you target a different customer segment, you are able to probably look at a segment that may have more purchasing power, so that you can be able to ask for more money, ask for more for your products and for your services. Yeah. So, and if you cannot increase price, yeah, I'm talking to Gifts. I'm also talking to Joy. I'm also talking to everyone who have this issue. Your business is at such a point that the changes in the environment, the challenges in the environment, the rapidly changing business environment is affecting what you're doing, is affecting your cost, is affecting your inputs that lead to your pricing, and you're having challenges being able to hold on to your customers. So question is, if, for example, you cannot increase your price because your competitors are operating on that particular price band, and increasing it will mean that you will lose customers. It's possible that your competitors may have a lower cost structure. So the question is, what is it that they have been able to do that makes their cost structure lower? That's the big question. Now, the other question, the other thing is, so it is also possible that there are other ways they are capturing value. Yeah. So rather than just rely on only that particular product, probably they might be pairing that product with another product or a service. For example, I used to have a mentee sometime back who was into interior design business. Yeah, interior design. So at a point in time, she discovered that a lot of the persons who were her customers were recommending her to people who were just moving into a new apartment. And those people who were just moving into a new apartment needed cleaning services for their new apartment. And so she quickly added cleaning services, meaning that for some other small business that is competing with her own small business, the person does not capture the fact that she has a cleaning service that goes side by side with the interior design business. So it means that that other business may actually not be able to compete favorably with her on price, because whatever she might miss on price on the interior design business, she can make up with the cleaning business, because more often than not, these different products and services, the same client is patronizing both. The same client that wants the interior decoration also wants the cleaning. Yeah. So that way, she is able to capture more value. Okay, so I have Kevin joining the call. Yeah, so I have Kevin joining the call. So please try again. If you were not successful, Kevin, you can try again. Okay, so if you have further questions on what we have just discussed, if you would like to get further insight into that, you can always drop your question, your comments on the YouTube platform or on Zoom, and I'll be able to respond. And also currently, yeah, if you are viewing the program, from our Facebook page, yeah, you can also be able to drop your question and your comments in the comment section of our Facebook page, because we are live both on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, and also on Zoom. But Zoom is for selected persons, especially the Livewire beneficiaries. But of course, every other person, the general public, can be able to join us on Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. Okay, so if there are more questions on your business model, capturing value during during challenging times, then we can also address it. Okay, so Kingsley Peters, yeah, so how is it going in your business? Yeah, so Joyce, Gift Solomon, yeah, you have been, I believe you have been able to get something from my response, because it was the question you asked last week. You enjoyed that, actually gave rise to the conversation this morning. Yeah, so just like Gift asked the question, and we had to really take time to address it and provide solutions and suggestions. You also can also ask maybe what could be your challenge, what could be your problem, what is it that your business is facing that you would like us to help you think through it. So why not? This is a time when we explore solutions. Yeah, and sometimes you want to showcase what you're doing in your small business. Why not? You can also we can bring you on the Zoom platform, and then you can put your video on and share what you're doing on your business. Okay, so Friday, Eyame Kware is asking a question. He says, what are the possible steps for the next stage of Shell Livewire? Okay, so for those of you Shell Livewire beneficiaries, you have gotten, for those who have deployed their grant money, the first tranche of your grant, you have deployed it. So part of what we are doing on this weekly calls is to be able to find out how you are doing in your business. One, to be able to know if there are challenges, if there are, that you want us to explore the solutions, if there are questions on your mind that you'd like us to explore, yeah, and then to also be able to guide you to prepare very well for the second tranche. So Friday, the next step is that you are preparing yourself for the second tranche, and then very shortly we will announce the graduation ceremony that we hope may likely happen within the month of May. Yeah, it will likely happen within the month of May. So in terms of next steps, yeah, getting yourself ready for your second tranche is what is top on the agenda, which is part of what we're doing, which is why you may ask any questions, because this is like an open book exam. Yeah, for those of you who during my time in the university, yeah, we used to have 6 hours open book exam. After the first 6 hours open book exam, all of us had to beg the lecturer, please please, sir, don't give us this kind of exam again. You know, in 6 hours, you have nothing, you can even write, you can't even think of anything. I mean, the questions are so strange. And so after the first, after pleading with the lecturer that we wouldn't want to have 6 hours open book exam, the next time he gave us 4 hours open book exam. And as the word open book goes, sometimes you can't even make anything out of the question. So, but basically what we're doing here is that getting you ready for your second tranche is open book in the sense that the answers are already known. Yeah, and we try to help you to prepare your business, but we need to know what you're doing in your business. If we don't know what you're doing in your business, how can we help you to get ready? So that's why we say ask questions, share with us your progress. If you'd like to show us your shop, your place of business, your business premises, your farm, or whatever you are into, you can log on to the Zoom and put on your video and show us around. And you know, this is being recorded here on our channel, and we can always revisit it after now to know how everybody is doing. And if you have challenges, you share with us, we can explore solutions together. And you know, it's always better that you come up with those challenges now, and we are aware of those challenges, and we explore possible solutions with you now, than when we come for physical inspection, then you now raise those challenges. And the question will be, so where have you been all this while? So for you to be ready for your second tranche of your grants, let us know now if there are issues you have in your small business, so that we can discuss it now and we can look at solutions now. Don't wait until we come for a physical inspection. Otherwise, if you don't meet the criteria when we come for a physical inspection, it means that you will not get the second tranche of the grant when other people are getting it. So that's actually what it means. And that's why we're doing what we're doing, to be able to help you to prepare in advance for that. And Kingsley Peter is asking, how can one own an online store? Okay, Kingsley, I'm sure that this question has also been asked on this call in time past. I think it was also Gift that also brought it up some time ago. Yes, how can you own an online shop? It's actually not difficult. In fact, it's actually very easy. Why do we say it's very easy? You do not need to even spend money to even have a website to be able to own an online shop. You don't need a website. You don't need to pay for any infrastructure online. I'd like to mention a site you can use for your online business, and you can use it both for to have your shop. You can also use it to do e-commerce. That is, you can use it to be able to, people can use it to make payments to you when they patronize you online. And so the platform that can help you do that is a platform that we call Paystack. So if you go to paystack.com, it also have mobile applications. So it means you can also download the application on your mobile phone. If you go to paystack.com and you create an account, you know, very easy, just like the way you create an email account. You create an account on Paystack, you can do a whole lot of things. You can own an online shop on the platform of Paystack. You can do e-commerce, as people can pay you for products and services online through Paystack, and it will drop into your bank account. You can do a whole lot through Paystack. So I want to encourage you that if you're thinking of owning an online shop, I think Paystack is one platform that is good to go, especially for a Nigerian small business. Paystack is good to go. There are other platforms, but many of them may not be targeting our geography, our country, Nigeria specifically. Many of them may be targeting other parts of the world, or many of them could be global in scope. Why Paystack is global? Because Paystack started as a Nigerian company, so they have Nigerian businesses in mind as well. So I want to encourage you, if you're thinking of starting an online business, if you're thinking of owning an online shop, that's actually what I mean. If you're thinking of owning an online shop for your products or your services, please just sign up on Paystack. It is free. You're not going to pay money. You're not going to pay any money. It's not going to cost you anything to set it up. And then you can now use their platform to run your online shop. I hope somebody will leverage on that, because sometimes knowledge is key. Yeah, knowledge is key. In fact, information is key. There was something I saw from one of my mentors this morning, and I think I shared it on my Twitter handle. I believe I shared it on my Twitter handle. Let me just read it out for you. It's actually a very short and simple and straightforward quote, but I think you can actually put it down, write it down, put it next to your table in your office. The knowledge of a people is the wealth of a people. The knowledge of a people is the wealth of a people. You can't make money more than what you know. You cannot make money from what you don't know. And that's why knowledge is key. That's why knowledge is important. That's why you need to continually seek for knowledge. Yeah. So the knowledge of a people is the wealth of a people. So Kingsley Peters is asking, is painting more scenario. Asking more questions. He said that in the scenario you painted, what then can one do to meet up with your competitors or even beat them if you can't add anything to maintain the price? Yeah, Kingsley, I gave an example. Yeah, and you're saying if the only result is to increase your price. Okay, so how do you beat your competitors? I gave an example that you can upsell your customers, or you can target the next higher customer segment. So every industry, every business segment have various categories of customers. And so, for example, let's use an example that is very clear. There are different kinds of clothes cleaning businesses. Some of them are just laundry businesses. Some are dry cleaning businesses. Even amongst the dry cleaning businesses, some are on the lower cadre, some are on the middle cadre, some are on the higher cadre. So there are dry cleaning businesses that wash clothes with as much money as you can use to wash up to 3 or 4 clothes in another category of dry cleaning businesses. So what I'm saying is that those categories are not targeting the same customers, and that's the point we're making here, Kingsley. So you are in business, but you have competitors, and you are challenged by the business environment, and you are struggling to make profits, even with the price you're charging, and you are not sure that if you increase your price, that you will still have hold on your customers. And so the question is, what next do you do? And we're saying, maybe it is time you rethink your business model. Maybe it is time you look at how you're interacting with your customer. Maybe it is time you look at what you're offering your customer. Maybe it is time you look at whom you are even targeting as your customer. All of these things make up your business model. Yeah. So, and we have said that maybe you can possibly look at, are there other products and services that you can put together to, for example, people that hawk banana on the streets, they do this a lot. Haven't you noticed that there are times you want to buy groundnuts from these hawkers that hawk banana and groundnut, and they will tell you that they are not selling the groundnut alone, that if you're going to buy the groundnuts, you have to buy the banana. So what does that suggest? That suggests that actually maybe the main business is not actually the groundnut. Maybe the main business is the banana itself, and they are using the groundnut to sell the banana. Some do that. At least myself, I have encountered such people a couple of times. So what that means is that is there a product or service that you can sell hand in hand or package hand in hand with what you're currently offering? Yeah, maybe Kingsley, if you're a little more specific in your own business, probably we can use your business as case study to be able to drive home what I have just explained. But I think it's very clear. Look at your business model again. How are you interacting with your customer? What are you offering your customer? Can you continue to offer what you're offering to your customer and maintain your price? Or if you increase your price, will your customer accept it? Or if your current customers cannot accept a higher price, are there other higher categories of customer segments that you can target with a higher price? These are all the things you look at. Yeah, these are all the things you look at. Now, I have another comment on YouTube, and this is from Benson. Benson is saying business has been stressful to say the least. What would be your advice on hiring staff at this early stage? All right. Benson appears to have a lot on hand at the moment. Yeah, business has been very stressful. One person doing everything is not always the best. For one person to do everything is not always the best. So, but what can you do now, Benson? And you're asking whether you can hire staff at this early stage. Your bottom line will answer that question. What I mean by that is, what are you making at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month? What are you generating? If what you're generating is not enough to even pay you, the business owner, a stipend so that you can keep body and soul together, then how can it pay for a staff? So your bottom line will answer that question. And again, too, business is usually stressful for a small business, especially at the early stage. It is usually very, very stressful. And but there's nothing you can do about it. That is the nature of business. That's the nature of business. But then you can help yourself. You can help yourself. And the way you can help yourself is, apart from hiring staff, are there other ways that you can also go about getting people to help you? You may have people that may help you who don't necessarily need to be permanent staff, or who don't necessarily need to be your regular staff. You can take on people on a need basis. So when you need them, you take them on. When you need them, you take them on. So on a need basis, you can take on people. And then with that, you are able to you're able to keep things going. Yes, Rehoboth on Facebook. Good morning to you. You're welcome to the call. Rehoboth on Facebook. So we are on our Facebook page, we're on our YouTube channel, and of course, also we are on Zoom for those Livewire beneficiaries who have access to Zoom. Now, so back to the question Benson is raising, hiring staff. You know, it is also always not easy to hire and fire. Sometimes emotions come into play. So you hire gradually, yes, but you fire as the need arises. But before you take on people, before you take on staff, if you are the only one in the business at the moment and you are feeling overwhelmed by what you need to do, are there other arrangements you can look at? Maybe part-time arrangements. Are there other arrangements you can look at? Do you have siblings who are less busy at some point in time and they can come help you and you give them a token? Do you have neighbors, relations, yeah, who at some point they might be less busy and they can give you a helping hand? You can leverage on all of that. You can leverage on all of that and be able to spend a token rather than, carving out a chunk of your revenues for salaries. So because if your business is not yet very stable, taking on salaries is something you do carefully. You can see that since last year, a lot of the big companies have been firing with reckless abandon. Some of them firing as big as 7,000 workers, 11,000 workers, 12,000 workers, one company firing that number of people. Because during the COVID, many of them employed because business was good. And now, because they want to remain profitable, a lot of them are letting go of their staff because the cost of keeping staff and workers is always a major cost in a business. So it's something you tread carefully. So you hire when you are very sure that you need staff. So you hire. When you are very sure that you need staff, you hire. But when you consider that you can manage, that you can use other means, like the ones I've described, using neighbors, relations, contacts here and there, using part-time staff, part-time people, using them. If you do that, you may likely also be able to spend a token while you still get the same benefits. So in summary, what I'm telling you regarding this question, yeah, is that Benson, just hire carefully, slowly, but if need be, fire very quickly, yeah, when the need arises. But before you get into hiring, can you explore other options? Options like part-time staff, options like, so that you can pay stipends. Okay, so I have Goswill Odwak Jacobson on Zoom. So Goswill, you are welcome. Finally, you have broken the jinx. Yeah, we'll clap for you. Finally, you have broken the jinx and you are the call now. So Goswill, talk to us. Are you do you have anything in your business premises that you want to show us? Do you have products you want to show us? Just talk to us, Goswill.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm into oil palm production. So my company name is Body Palm Fruit and Milling Company. So I'm into agri farm. Like I also have a pig farm, poultry farm as well. So this is my third business that I wanted to go into, like a phone parts accessories combined with electrical parts. So as you can see, work is ongoing. So by the grace of God, this week I'll be able to open the shop properly. So
Okay. So are you currently in your shop?
yes, right now I'm in my shop now, as you can see the environment. So this is my shop, and it's going to be a phone parts, accessories, and electrical parts shop. So I'm joining the two business together because of space. So as you can see, this is the place so far, and by the grace of God, before the end of this week, I believe I will be able to open the shop. So that's
Okay,
how.
so that's great. That's great. God's will is great. My colleague Ernest is also on the call and he's taking note because, like I said, if you carry us along and show us what you're doing now, when it is time for physical inspection, it won't be difficult anymore because already we are acquainted with what you're doing. So that's why we encourage all of you to
Yes,
come
sir.
up, open up, share with us what you're doing, carry us
Okay.
along so that if there are challenges, share with us, we will look for solutions. Don't wait until we come for a physical inspection before
Yes,
you
sir.
now start telling us of your solution, so of your problem. So God's will, so
Yes,
where
sir.
you are presently is where you're going to have your shop, right?
Yes, my shop is located at IBB, where in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. So it's my third business that I'm venturing into. Like the first one was the oil palm, got palm product milling company, which I'm into it, agriculture. So the second one is a poultry farm, which I train on pigs. So this is my third business so far. So which I wanted to like open this weekend. So phone part accessory is one of my dream business so far. So that was why I had to execute it, because it was a long-term plan so far. So now it has come to manifestation. So it is a business that I really enjoy so much. So over there in the village is my mom that is that is my manager. That is one that is managing my meal in the village. So I have a 4 boys that is working under my mom. So which I'm just like a supervisor, which I used to go there on weekend to supervise and know what is going on in the mills and the pig farm as well. So as I speak to you now, I'm in the town, Uyo capital city. So that is, I'm staying within this my shop environment, as you can see. So had it been I was in the village, I could have shown you my mill and my poultry farm as well. But it's not an issue. Anytime, maybe by next week, rather, when we have a meeting like this, then I believe by next week I'll be in the village. I'll be able to show you my company, my milling company, and as well as the poultry farm as well. So that is how it is, sir. So I'm really enjoying investing in this business. Like as you can see, everything is in order. I've already sent for goods. I'm waiting for goods. Before now, I could have opened it because I've sent for goods in at Lagos. So it's on the way coming. So I'll pick it at Webby. So that is what kept me. So if not before today, tomorrow, I believe I would have opened it, but I'm still waiting for the man to supply my goods. So sir, with the first tranche that was sent to me, I've used it in fact, in a way that if I should tell you, sir, even I've realized almost much more than what that was sent to me, the first round. So I really enjoy, sir. I really enjoy doing business. Business is the best thing so far. With the present look of things, like there's no more white collar job anywhere you get. Because I could vividly testify in my state, there was employment source to apply in a civil service. So we did it online. So not knowing the governor and the other officials, personalities, they had a slot before we realize they've already issued the appointment letter to others. So we that we apply online, we hope that we are going to. So I found out that in white collar.
Okay, so um, Goswell, I'm excited about your story. I'm excited that you have been able to deploy your grants. I'm excited that you into farming business, into phone business, phone accessories business, into I'm excited about that. But when you are doing your business plan, did you put all three of these businesses in your business plan, or which one did you put in your business plan? Hello, Gospel, can you still hear me? Okay, apparently Gospel is not did not hear me. Okay, Gospel, if you are talking, you need to unmute yourself because it appears you're muted. Unmute yourself, it appears you're muted. So tap your screen to unmute. Yeah, Gospel, you're talking, but you need to unmute. Tap your screen to unmute. No, Gospel, we can't hear you. Tap your screen and click on mute. Tap your screen and click on mute. We can't hear you.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Hello, sir.
now we can hear you now. So go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, you asked if during the time of the when we were in the share, if I do apply added two of these other business. I said no, it was only palm oil because that one is a registered business. I have a registered account with the Polaris Bank. So the business was registered since 2021. So I have a registered bank with the Polaris Bank. So I didn't add these two. So it was later when we left the company, when the thing was ended. So that was why I had the thought of opening this phone accessories. But over there, I was already in poultry farm, but I did not act as part of the business plan. So it was only one that specified, which is oil palm production. As my company name is Godi Palm Fruit and Milling Company. So far, I have realized a lot of profit in the business, which like even like 1 month, last month ago, my peak to deliver almost 8. So which is part of the gain that I've realized from the business so far. So by now I have almost like 15 so far in my farm. Then added to my meal and this other business that I'm about to open as well. So sir, I believe with the business that I'm venturing into, I'm a little bit okay, sir. I'm a little bit okay. So if I had more opportunity, I believe I can still gather more business because I really love this one.
Okay, so another question for you, Goswell. In your business presently, your oil palm business, your poultry business, are there people that are employed? You've mentioned that your mom is your supervisor for the oil palm. Is there any other person that the business employed, even if it's not on a permanent basis, but maybe on a part-time basis? Are there other people you employ in the business?
No, sir, because the two business is in my village. I'm essentially in my company because we have a very big space. Like I bought the land, so all these two business I made them together in one place. So it's my mom supervised the two business. I employ the 3 boys that mom as well. She feels somehow load in case of there's much load on her. So I have 3 other. So I don't have any other person that's working.
Okay.
So in charge.
Thank you, Goswell. Thank you, Goswell. At least apart from yourself, the business is just also supporting your mom. So technically your mom is part of the business. That's in terms of staff, yeah. And then it's also supporting those other boys you mentioned, even if it's not on a full-time basis, but on a part-time basis. That is the essence of the entrepreneurship we talk about. That's the essence of the, yeah, because when you run your business, there's a very high, and when you are able to hire people and they help you, they assist you, it means that your business is creating employment. And that is why we say that small business is the engine of development in any economy.
Yes, sir.
Colleague Ernest is on the call, so he is taking notes of what you have said, of the business, the one you have added as you are progressing. So thank you very much, God. Yeah, we pray your business, of course, take off as quickly as possible. Now,
Yes, sir.
let me go and take more comments from our YouTube. Yeah, from our YouTube, we
All right, sir.
we can see that. Okay, thank you. Okay, so from our YouTube, Duabo Vanman is from Bielsa, and Duabo is saying that his proposed business when he passed through Livewire training was poultry, but because of insufficient fund, that he had to switch to tailoring, and that he is doing well now. So my question for you is, were you already get into the training now and start the business now? That would be my question for you. So the question I just asked, Duabo, if you're still on the call, you can respond. Then another comment here is from Kingsley Peters. He is also asking for the pay stack you recommended for online store. Yes, that is why it's called an online store, Kingsley. That's why it's called an online store. It has provision for you to showcase your business and your services. So my suggestion would be for you to log on to paystack.com, play around with it. I mean, you don't have anything to lose. Even if you don't use that platform, it doesn't matter, but you can play around with it and get to know more about Paystack. And for any other person that wants to open an online shop, paystack.com, pay as in paying money, Paystack, Paystack, paystack.com is where you can go and use Paystack platform to open your online shop. And why I am recommending it, they're not paying me, and that's a big disclaimer I want to make. They're not paying me for this advert. But why I am recommending it is because it will cost you nothing to be able to open your online shop on Paystack. It will cost you absolutely nothing. You don't need to design a website. You don't need to do anything other than just creating an account there. And then you can be able to display your goods and your services, yeah? And then using Paystack as well, customers can pay you through that platform, and the money will come to your bank account. That's why I'm actually recommending it, because of the ease that it brings into your business, yeah? So, like I said before, they're not paying me for the advert, but if I see what will benefit all of you, why not? I'll be able to share that with you. Then another comment from YouTube is from Benson. Benson is saying, I have a lot of customers coming from different sources online. Some are just making inquiries and not buying, but I like the idea of getting help, even if it's part-time. Hopefully I can get a physical store and generator with the next grant for my business. Okay, Benson, so you've mentioned generator, you've mentioned a physical store, You've mentioned, so currently, if I get you very well, currently you are running your stuff online at the moment and inquiries are coming in, yeah? So that's fine, that's fine. In today's world, it's actually possible to run purely online. Even when you have goods and services, when people place order, you send it to them. There are people that do that. There are some items I buy. I don't know, I've never seen their shop before, but they have their products displayed online. Yeah. So they have their products displayed online, and I am able to use those products and services. So you too, you can be able to do that. You can leverage on that, and you can be able to enhance what you're doing. All right. We always like to keep it short and straight to the point so that as business people, you can be able to get something from the conversation and also go back to your business. So we wouldn't want to keep you much longer. We'll always like to keep it short and straight to the point. So I want to thank all of you who have been on the call. And like I said before, my colleague Ernest is also on the call. He's taking note of a lot of you, especially in terms of the challenges you have mentioned, in terms of the business you are into, in terms of what you are, the solutions you are exploring, and especially today our special thanks goes to Godswill Jacobson, who showed us his new shop where he's going to sell phone accessories and other stuff. So congratulations to all of you. Congratulations, Godswill. Congratulations, everybody who is on the call today. Even those who are having challenges and issues, and yeah, why not? It's our prayer that you'll be able to pull through. And like we said when we started, maybe, and this is a big maybe it might just be the right time for you to rethink your business model. When there are several challenges in the business environment, it might just be the right time to rethink, to review, to look at your business model once again. Thank you all. It's been nice having you today. My name is Charles Nwahiwe. I'm your business coach. Let's do this again, 10 o'clock Tuesday next week. So until then, it's bye from us from here. So do have